Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. What's going on? This is Gabriel with the Daily Outburst Talk Show. We got our co-host Lashana, we got Tina, we got Natalie, and we got Joe Strong on
Hey,
the
what's going on, everybody?
microphone. What's up, guys? How's everybody weekend? Anybody? Everybody deaf?
I just worked all weekend.
Work on what?
Worked at the salon all weekend.
Oh, okay. How was that? Any talk of the town? Any
Nope.
stuff going on with the ladies?
Nope.
Nothing. I mean, nobody told that they baby daddy left them, or they baby daddy this and that, or baby mama or something. Nothing.
So I did have an interesting conversation with a young lady in reference to credit and giving some information in reference to getting tangible assets.
Mm-hmm.
Like gold and silver. Real estate, things like that. So it was a pretty good conversation, and I referred her to some books to read as well. So I mean,
oh, definitely YouTube. I tell everyone because we deal with credit. Lashana and I we used to rock and roll with credit. I think we might bring that back, Lashana, because now I see a lot of people want their credit fixed for some reason. I guess because of the pandemic, they did whatever they had, whatever happened. So now a lot of people coming to me right now with need help with credit. So yeah, we're gonna get that back rolling, Lashana, definitely, because people need some help, and let's see if we can help them out.
Yeah, I'm helping my son right now build his credit, because I went through that whole process when I was trying to purchase a house the first time. So,
Yep. What you eating over there, Joe? Can't share with us and stuff, man. Come on, man. Shit.
A salad and jerk chicken. I just get home from leaving early this morning, so I'm hungry.
Oh, okay. What about you, Tina? How's your weekend?
Tina, you on mute?
Oh yeah. It was interesting due to the hurricane, because my sister, they were stuck up there in the storm, and then when it hit South Carolina, my auntie, they were stuck. So yeah, it was interesting.
Speaking of the Carolinas, Lashana, ain't you up there right now? Where are you? Unmute. You still on mute? Can you hear Lashana?
Y'all probably can hear me, but I can't hear nobody.
What?
I'm in North Carolina right now.
Right. What's going on with the hurricane over there?
She said she can't hear us.
Oh, she can.
We got to speak sign language.
I know, right? Oh man. All right, let's get this going, man. This is gonna be a fun night tonight, man. So man, this past week has been crazy, especially with this hurricane thing going on, and it's been crazy. So I'm glad everyone right now was safe. Any family members or friend members up in the Tallahassee area, up north area, we're praying for them right now. And if anything that we can do, and you know what? I was thinking about putting a GoFundMe together for some people. What do you think? No? Look at Tina like,
why you say
the scammers? No.
No. This is for no. It will go directly to us, and then we would disperse, any friends or family that need help out there.
Zelle.
Yeah. This won't be anything as far as giving some. No. I will be accountable for everything that we do if anyone needs any help. You see what I mean? So let's see what's going on right now. With that, probably in another couple of days we'll see. What do you think, Natalie?
I think that's a great idea.
You know, if we can buy, I mean, because I know a lot of people has children, and I know everything is gone. You know, I've been watching the news and certain media outlets. Hey, Shayna, you can hear us now? Shayna.
Keep still working on it.
Dang. All right. So let's start, man. Let's go on. Let's go on. I think she got to fix some stuff. But anyway, I don't know about you guys. I've never had a kind of like step parent. It's always been my mother and my father. But I know for a fact that there's been a lot of people that have that, relationship where you get in a relationship and then all of a sudden, boom, there's a step parent or co-parent that's involved. Okay. How do you feel about that particular person that's not the biological parent to either punish or discipline your child? What do you think? Anyone? Let's start with you, Tina.
I don't have any children, but my mom was married to a guy who he was a well-known pastor. He was very abusive, and how can I say it? He was abusive. And I mean, it was at times we would get locked in the house and stuff like that. She was afraid to like say anything or whatever. But what I can say is she never let him hit us. So like I really can't speak on that because I don't have children. So
correct. But yeah, you're right. What about you, Natalie?
Yeah.
Keep it to the minimum. 50 words.
Whatever. This dude right here. When growing up, my dad dated a lady with kids, and it was kind of tough because they got away with everything, and it was tough. And and so they were like a little younger than us, so it was like we always had to be the bigger ones, and we should know better because we're older. But like when you're young, you don't know what that means. Like, what does that mean? Like, all I know is that they did something and they should get punished for it, not like, oh, you should know better because you're the oldest. And my dad never really did anything to her kids. He would always go to her and he would say something to her about it. But again, my dad was Jamaican, so Jamaicans really don't really too much deal with the girls too much. So, and she had girls.
So he didn't like really say anything. Not even, I wouldn't say, okay, I wouldn't say even discipline, but I would say, hey,
didn't say anything to them.
There's things that needs to be done, let's say, around the household.
Yeah, everybody has chores. I think he may have spoken to her and then she gave out like the chore list and stuff like that. So
gotcha.
He really gave anything, but I have kids and I can't really speak on it because when I was when I was dating, I didn't really bring men around my kids. So I really didn't necessarily have that problem because I didn't bring any men around my kids unless we were serious.
Okay. Now, would you once you get into a relationship and hypothetically speaking, this guy wants to, let's say, discipline or just discipline your child or kids, what would be the boundaries for that?
I think we definitely have to communicate because here's the thing, right? My kids have a father, right? And if another man is disciplining my children, more than likely the kids are going to say something to the father. Then it's going to be a whole situation. So as adults, I think everybody should be in that conversation, even the dad, if he's around, or the mom, if they're around, the other parent, and everybody should be cohesive in how they're going to do the discipline, because that's a real slippery slope right there. Because what if his hand is heavy, and I don't know. It's a real slippery slope. So I just think that all parents should be involved in the disciplinary of the kids, if it's a serious relationship, because if it ain't serious, nobody should be touching nobody else's kids.
Right. JoJo, what do you think?
Okay. Well, let me be the devil's advocate on it.
Of course.
You like that shit. Shut up. Right. So me personally, I don't whoop my kids. So I don't expect no one else to whoop him. But if I'm in a committed relationship, if you see my son doing something wrong, then say something. If you feel like he's being disrespectful or acting up in school, I'm not there 24 hours a day. I expect you to be a woman and make sure my son has to do what he has to do. So if that comes to discipline, then do that. Now, I'm not just going to get with a woman that is abusive. I'm not going to get with a woman that I see, if she treat her kids wrong, I know she's going to treat mine wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So most definitely, I believe in, if you have, I'm sorry guys, if you have that kind of concern into your significant other, discipline your children, why are you with that person?
Yeah.
But what kind of discipline? Like, are we
discipline,
talking about beatings? Are we talking about whoopings? Are we
no, because like I just said, I don't whoop my son, so I don't expect no one else to whoop my son. But discipline can go from anything from writing something front and back page. It could be standing in the corner. It could be taking electronics from. Every child's different. You have to discipline a child by according to what they feel is privilege. Like my son likes YouTube. If I take him off of YouTube, that boy will have a whole fit. So to me, that's a discipline for him. Now my older son, YouTube, he wouldn't care. I would have to take his PlayStation when he was younger. So I think each child has their own way of being disciplined. You know what I'm saying? But to me, I don't believe the whoopings can fix anything. To me, that's a slave mentality. Beat somebody into saying, I'm going to do right. I don't believe in that.
You're right. And it boils down to respect. That child has to have respect for adults, period. I don't care if I'm the co-parent, the parent, a friend, a neighbor, whatever the case may be. That child has to have respect towards an adult, period. That's the way I feel. And like JoJo said, if I see this child, or if I see my lady's child is getting out of line, I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to raise my voice. Of course not. I'm not the biological parent. But I will say something. Say, hey, the dishes need to be clean, or hey, it's trash night in the morning. Can you all go into your room and gather all your trash and put it together so I can take it out? Now, if there's a problem with that, then that's a lack of disrespect from that child, and then that's when I need to go ahead and confront with the other parent and say, hey, this needs to be taken care of, because the only thing I'm doing is making sure, number one, the house is clean, the house is taken care of, and number two, she's a child. Ain't no way a child gonna say no or something like that if I just ask them. I'm not demanding you. I'm just, hey, garbage day is tomorrow. I'm giving an example. Garbage day is tomorrow. Why don't you go ahead and grab all your, trash, food, whatever the case may be, hand it to me so I can go ahead and throw it out for tomorrow. But if it's a problem, then yeah.
Now this is the thing that I don't get. I hear a lot of women say, and I'm not saying they're right or wrong. Oh, no man can discipline my child, but you want a leader. You want him to lead your household. But how is he expected to lead when he can't even, discipline a child in the house? You know what I'm saying? To me, then you don't want a leader. You just want a financial help. Because if he's a leader, he's going to lead the whole household. If that child is wrong, he's going to lead them to do right.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So if I can't say nothing to a woman's child or discipline them, because I'm going to love them just like mine. I'm going to buy you Christmas gifts, birthday gifts. I'm going to take you on trips. But that's all okay until it's discipline time. Then it's like, no, I don't think that's right.
Tina, I see you raising your hand.
What was I about to say? I mean, it's true. You have a lot of women and men who feel like when it comes to their children, you can't say anything to their children. They know that their children are ill-mannered, they're bad as hell, they're disrespectful. And then when they get with somebody who, listen, I don't play with kids, go play with your mama, don't play with me, or go play with your daddy, don't play with me. They have a problem with that because nowadays you have a lot of parents who really don't know how to be a parent. They are their child's friend. And because they are their child's friend and they let their children sit in their face and be in adult conversations, because I used to have friends that were like that. It would get to the point I didn't want to be around them or their children, because when do you tell a child, get out of my face? It's two adults sitting here talking. When do you get to the point where your children needs to respect adults at all times? I don't give a damn who it is. They're supposed to respect them. And the problem is because I was in relationships with guys who had kids. And what I can say, all of their children were respectful except for one guy named Bo. He had a younger son. That was the baddest little motherfucker I ever met in my life.
Oh my God.
I couldn't stand being around that kid. I'm being honest. Like, if we're going to be honest, I'm going to keep it 100.
Let's do it, baby.
I could not stand being around that child, because when it comes to that child was allowed to disrespect him, disrespect grandpa, disrespect everybody. And the minute you say something to that child like, okay, have a seat, stop yelling, sit down, you get hit with, fuck you, you ain't my mama, fuck you, daddy, and this, that, and the third. And I got to a point one day, you want to talk to me like an adult? Okay, this is how it's going to go. And it got to the point I had to leave that situation alone, because I'm not going to allow your child to disrespect me. I'm not going to deal with unruly children. And I'm not going to deal with somebody who doesn't teach their children to stay in a child's place. So
absolutely.
But I'm not going to hit anybody's child. That's not my job. That's your job as a parent. But if I had to keep coming to you in reference to disciplining your ill-mannered ass child, we will not be together.
Yeah, you're right. And to piggyback on that too, that right there can be a deal breaker. Okay, a relationship breaker, because if your child continuously to disrespect the other person, why be there? Because this is going to be a continuous thing. And if you can't stop it right now, because obviously right now you can't do nothing if the child cursing back at someone else. Obviously it's dead. That's gone. Listen,
my son.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. My son is 24, soon to be 25. He better still respect any woman that I'm with.
Absolutely. Yep.
You don't have to like her, but you just not gonna cuss at her, and you just not. No, you know what I'm saying? Now he gonna be petty like me because he taught that shit, but you gonna respect who I'm with.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's it. It boils down to respect, man. If that child can't respect you, and if I'm giving you ample opportunities to correct and to fix that, then yeah, it is a deal breaker. Period.
And a child. Go ahead, Bruce.
Sure. No, go ahead.
A child is a prodigy of the parents too. So if you're dating somebody and the child shows these type of behaviors, then you know it's coming from somewhere. And that person who you dating, who you might think that is a good person, is only showing you a facade, because eventually it's going to come out because you see it in the kids.
And that child, yep. Exactly, because of course that child basically looks up to you and looks what you're doing. And if you're continuously to disrespect others, yeah, that child's going to disrespect any and everyone.
I don't agree with that 100%. Because I don't see some good parents that had good morals and everything, and their child get caught into the streets. And
at what age? What age are you talking about? Because we're talking about kids Kids don't get caught up in the
Okay.
street.
So okay. So what do you consider a kid? Because to me, a kid is 15, 14 and down. You know what I'm saying? 60. That's still a child.
Right. I'm
And
talking
we
about any child before the age of 13, because statistically it is stated that every kid has already decided their value system at the age of 13. So after that, you cannot try to rear a kid. You cannot try to put a kid back in, try to discipline a kid, because the kid is done at 13. So I'm talking about anybody, any kid under the age of 13. They're not in the streets.
okay. So you think if I have a good child, right? Say I took my child out of private school, right? Good all the way around. I put him in public school, some of the worst schools
At what
in
age? What
let,
age
let,
are
let's
you?
just let's just say third grade. Let's give it to third grade. You telling me
Hey,
they're not gonna pick up none of them traits from other kids? Peer pressure and your peers, you always want to fit in. Everybody wants to fit in as a child. So you thinking that they would not?
third grade. I know your son 25, right? But in third grade, when kids come home, they can't even remember like their whole day. So we
Right? Nope. My son's about to be 8, and he could tell me about his whole day at school.
you said third grade.
Okay, 8.
Are they good in third grade?
He's in second grade. So same
At
thing.
8 years old?
Yes.
Okay.
So he could tell me the good parts about his day, the bad parts, and when I speak to him, what was the best part of your day? What was the worst part of your day? And he could sit there and tell me everything, what he did in PE, what he did in math, everything. And trust me, he can talk. So he can tell me everything. You know what I'm saying? So I really think, we underestimate what kids remember. Sometimes they just don't want to talk to us about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, to answer your question, kids, when you raise your kids, you implement morals and values. So regardless of what they see at school, at that particular age group, between when they're born and by the time they get 12, right? You as a parent, you have implemented the things that you require of your kids, right? They're going to always remember that. Regardless if they see somebody acting up in school or whatever, they're going to always remember that. And as a parent, when the child comes home and exhibits different behaviors, that is your opportunity as a parent to straighten them out. But if you continue to let it go on, then you're kind of at fault for what you see. Because my son tried it too. My son is 22. He's a great human being, but he tried it. And
Wow.
kids will try you all the
Mm-hmm.
time. They will
Absolutely.
try you all the time. But as
I
a
agree.
parent, you got to correct that. But then when they get 13, they have already come to in their mind, they have already come to the conclusion of how life is, how they're going to operate in life, and what they're going to do. And that's the truth. So you need to do all the rearing before they get to the age of 13. Implement your morals and value system, however you want to implement it into their psyche, and it go from there. As parents, we can only do so much. And then you have parents out here that's cussing at these kids.
Yeah.
While they're small.
Yeah.
While they're small. So what? I mean, if any, to me personally, I think that's the worst thing you could do as a kid, as a parent, to like, you cussing at these kids like they grown people.
Yeah, I
And
think
then
it's breaking their self-esteem and breaking everything. When you stupid
Yeah.
motherfucker, you bitch, you
yeah,
you ain't shit like your dad. Yeah.
Oh yes, right
yeah,
there.
So
Right
yeah,
there.
yeah, I agree. That's breaking them down to have mental issues already at a young age. You know
right.
what I'm saying? So if you keep on telling someone, they ain't shit, they ain't shit, they ain't shit, when they get to about 12, 13,
That's how they
Right?
gonna feel.
I ain't shit.
So why should I do this? Why should I do that?
Oh yeah.
F you.
And one of the things that I want to implement in with this talk is parents teacher conference. That's very important also, because of course you're not around your child 24/7, and that teacher is, and that teacher will tell you exactly, hey, how your child is reacting on a day-to-day basis in school. Okay, and sometimes that can help. No, Natalie, it can help, because your kid is acting out in school. Of course, the teacher is going to know, and the teacher is going to tell you. And this is the time to react and to basically nip it in the bud and break that habit.
I'm shaking my head because these teachers don't listen. Okay.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Mean?
Wait, this is the first time. Wait, hold on. Let me say this real quick. This is the first time I like what you about to say. The first motherfucking time. Look, I'm giving you 55 words this time. Go ahead.
Yo, you stupid. No, these teachers don't listen. Okay. I know my child, right? And if I go when my kids were smaller, especially my son, he can really work a person. He will sit there and he will analyze this person and he will work that person. If as a parent, if I tell you to call me, right? If something happens, call me. Don't try to take it upon yourself to not include me in this situation, and then wait till you can't control the situation, then want to call me and tell me about my son and all the stuff that he did. You're wrong. Listen, call me at the first incident, and I'll check the little dude, and you won't have no issues. But you having issues all year round, and now you want to call a parent-teacher conference. I don't got time for that, because I already gave you instructions. Listen to the parent.
You done?
Go ahead, Shayna. Can Shayna hear us?
Probably not. Shayna.
Can you hear us, Shayna? She just looking.
Yeah.
She looking. She can't hear us. Oh, she can hear us. Okay.
Oh, okay. We have to realize this. Teachers are people. They have good days. They have bad days, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have daddy issues, mommy issues. They have bad breakups. They have every little issues that us as regular people that ain't teachers have. So, is your attitude towards my child wrong? That's for one. Jealousy can happen between teachers. You might have two parents that co-parent very well and take care of that child and go to these conferences. She's probably jealous because her baby daddy's not there. You know what I'm saying? So it don't always have to necessarily be your child messing up. Now I'm gonna see what you're saying about my child, and if I feel my child is on that, and I teach my child not to lie. You know what I'm saying? So tell them, because if you lie, you're gonna get your ass whooped. If you don't, we can talk through this. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm
with
Joe on that one. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, you like me tonight? Oh,
no, I don't like you, but I'm with you on that. I tell my kids anything. There's three sides to the story: your side, the teacher side, and then I'm gonna come to my own conclusion of how it happened. Because I know my child. That's the one thing. Like I know. Don't say that.
No, don't say that.
Wait, let me say something real quick.
This lady tried to tell me that my son.
Hold on. Let Tina talk. You over your 55 words now.
Whatever.
Let Tina talk.
One second, Tina. This lady tried to tell me that my son was being destructive in class, and I said he was being destructive, and I asked her. She was like, well, no. And they'll try to label your kids. That's why you got to know your kids. My son is not a destructive person. So you can't just be listening to these teachers. You gotta really go in there. Go in there with an open mind, but know your child, because my son is not destructive. Because if he was destructive, he'd be destructive at home.
No, not necessarily. But go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, they can't tell me anything.
I love y'all, but I gotta disagree with y'all. You have a lot of children that at home they're so well behaved, but then when they are around their friends or in school, they are the most ignorant fucking kids you've ever met in your life. And that's on God, because whether you schedule parent teacher conferences or not, a lot of people really don't know their children. Their children are different human beings outside of home, but at home they know they can't do that with you. They know that, you know, mama don't play that, daddy don't play that. But outside the house, because I used to work for the Department of Juvenile Justice, baby, y'all will be amazed at what a lot of y'all kids do outside of y'all presence. So I gotta kind of sort of disagree with y'all on that one, because I've seen it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
But Tina, I get what you're saying, Tina, and that's very true. But it's not gonna be from 0 to 10. It's not gonna be that. Like, I'm not gonna say that my child doesn't go to school and display or act out or whatever, because every child has their moment, but you know your kids.
Yeah,
like Joe said,
they're children.
And like Joe said, some of these teachers be trying to quick label your kids, and because of the stuff that they were taught, like the teacher, you know, it's a system.
Don't get me wrong. I know my children ain't perfect. I know
they try to do that now.
Away from me, I know they're a whole different person, because I know how I was around my mama. Yes, ma'am. What you want me to do this? Yes, ma'am. Okay, yes. But when I left, she didn't know I was smoking weed in 7th grade. She was like, you my only child that never been on drugs or nothing. I was like, Mom, I'm grown now. I'm like, Mom, I started smoking. No, you did. I said, yes. I just never came home high because I respected you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't know I was out there selling drugs in high school. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you couldn't afford all the Nikes and everything. So I had to get money somehow. You didn't know that, because when I came home, I was somebody different. You know what I'm saying? So I never put nothing past my kids. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I sit there and I hear what the teacher got to say. I hear what my child has to say. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I tell my kids, you don't have to lie to me. You lying to me, get you in trouble. We can talk about whatever incident that you've been through. We can get past that. But if you lie to me, when you do tell me the truth, I ain't gonna believe you, because you're constantly lying. That means every time a teacher can tell me that you did something you didn't do, now I'm busting your head, because now I believe the teacher, because you always lie. So now you have to install that, like, you have to be truthful. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not just your parent. I want you to know that I'm your friend too. See, I don't believe in that. Oh, you can't be your child friend. I don't believe in that, because your child has to be comfortable talking to you like a friend.
To a certain extent. To a certain extent.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm not saying. Yeah. I'm not. But I'm saying when talking to you like a friend, you know, Daddy, this what all, or Mommy, this. Not, boy, I was out there with them whole. No. You can't talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying, you know, come to you and talk to you disrespectful like he do his homeboys in the streets or her homegirls, and you know what I'm saying. But come to you and be willing to be vulnerable and open to talk about whatever.
Mm-hmm. Shayna, what you got to say, Shayna? Can you hear?
I mean, it's everybody proving. Yeah, you can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody got good points. You know, I just had a situation with my son before the end of the school year with his teacher. When I finally did go to a teacher conference, the stuff she had written down on the paper. But if I looked at her and I said, let me tell you something. I said, so you mean to tell me he been acting out all year and you just not telling me this? Right? So I kind of turned it into a big thing, being that I feel like she was real flawed anyway. She just ain't my son. And
you know what's I'm sorry, go ahead.
The stuff she had written down on the paper, I said, well, if he doing all this, he need to be in the fucking psych ward.
Oh.
You know the benefits of.
But come to find out, it wasn't even half of the stuff that she said. when I did go to the assistant principal, I had spoke to them.
Shani, you breaking up.
Joe.
Yeah,
You hear?
I can hear you. You was breaking up though.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we
it's
can hear
breaking
you now.
up, going in and out.
Y'all can hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me now?
Right. Girl, if you ask if we can hear you one more time, boy, we all go fight you.
Oh,
Oh
Ah,
no. So I was saying before I switched to school. Hold on. You can hear me now?
mm-hmm.
Okay, let me move my location. I'm in the woods, y'all.
Oh, that's why, huh? You need that
Y'all can hear me now?
satellite.
Like,
Y'all
like,
can hear me?
oh, you gotta sit still.
Hold on. Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Y'all can hear me?
Okay,
You
we
can hear
gonna
me, Joe?
mute you.
we gonna bust you up, girl.
Y'all can hear me?
Hey, just send some pigeons. Go ahead and send some pigeons, Shada.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we can a little bit.
Okay. So I was saying before, I'm in North Carolina.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like woods. I'll be back Thursday, but no, but you know, I kind of see where they're going at with the.
It's Shayna, forget it. It's going in
Don't
and
start
out,
with
girl.
me, windshield.
No. No, we hear you and then it stopped.
Listen, I had to remove my son from the school. I had to just take him out to school.
Wow.
That's all. I had to take him out to school because the teacher, I just feel like that wasn't the right place for him. You know, she had to wrote down some things and he was doing some things, and you know, it just wasn't adding up.
Mm.
And now I don't have no complaints. He gets.
Yeah, you gone.
Yeah.
Straight A's.
Straight A's. Mm-hmm.
3 days.
So
Straight A's. So
you can.
No,
straight A's. So
it's going on and out.
Joe, all right, I'm just listening. I'm just listening.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna listen to y'all.
All right. Just go ahead and type something in. Type it in.
I'm just gonna listen to y'all. I ain't got nothing to say.
I think the benefit. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's the reception over there, Shayna. It's
What y'all
not you.
gotta
It's the
say?
reception. It's the reception, but hopefully, like you said, you're coming back Thursday, so next week will be much better. You'll be home with better internet because right now, yeah, you're saying something, but then all of a sudden it stops, and then
I'm listening
you
to
hear a
y'all.
little echo. Okay.
I think the
Go ahead, Joe.
benefits of having kids in school now. There's cameras everywhere, classrooms, hallways. So if my child do this, show me the footage of him doing this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a benefit now. When my older kids was in school, yeah, you just had to, try to weigh out your options of really, mm, he looked like he did this, she looked like she did this. Nah, this teacher tripping. So like now I have to go. I don't have to. I'm gonna go talk to my son's teacher tomorrow. Um, just a normal little checkup, and if anything that she says he done did, what I mean, he got cameras in the room. Show me where he did it. You know what I'm saying? Show proof. You know what I'm saying? If you can't show me proof, my child didn't do it.
Yeah. I don't know who was raised in New York. I used to you go to school in New York, and my teachers used to call my mother that same week. She didn't have to wait a year. She didn't have to wait 6 months or something like that. No, that Friday, that Saturday, some of my teachers used to call. If I was acting up in school or in her class, yes, she would get a phone call from my teachers. And now we don't have that anymore. And like Joe said, now they have cameras in each and every class. It's time to show and prove. So if you're saying my child is acting up, okay, well, at what time? Okay, let's rewind. Let's go back to that day. Let's go back to that time frame, and show me. But if not, hey, it's a iffy.
Yeah.
You know, it's crucial. It's crucial. Number one, everything starts from the home. Teach your kids the morals. Teach your kids how to be respectful, and I think everything will be, okay. But yeah, the system has changed, and I just hope these parents, but here's another thing. There's a lot of kids having kids. So they don't know what's going on or how to basically be a parent. They're having kids at 15, 16, 17, and all of a sudden your child is 4 or 5 years old, ready to go to school, and now your child is cussing the hell out because you're doing it. You're still in the clubs. You're still cussing.
Do you think the older generation dropped the ball as far as trying to help and teach the kids?
We can't anymore because everything now is law. Back in the day,
everything is what?
Everything now it's a law. As far as okay, explain what you're trying to say.
I'm saying that as a older person, what have we dropped the ball in trying to teach kids how to be adults? Because what I've noticed, a lot of older people be like, I don't have time for that, and it's almost as I'm gonna say we, because sometimes I'm on my fourth one trying to get her into college, and I'm tired. You know what I mean? So as older people who have kids, and then now they have kids, have we dropped the ball in insisting them in how to be adults and how to be caretakers? Because I see a lot of older people say, I don't have time for that. Nobody listens or whatever. But there was a time when we made people listen. We set them down and had interventions. So why are we not doing that anymore?
Well, as an older adult, I think your child should be over 18. So your child should be respectful and taken care of. But I don't know if you're speaking about what, grandkids or younger kids right now?
Well, you said kids are having kids.
Right.
So I'm going by based off what you said. Kids are having kids. And so because kids are having kids, right? Mm-hmm. Who is there to mentor that kid that's having a kid? Are we just washing our hands of it? Are we just, they're grown because they had a kid and whatever. So this is what I'm saying. Like, are we dropping the ball?
No, not really. To a certain extent, it's a life lesson. That's number one, because of course, I didn't tell you to go have that child at 15. Now I'm going to take care of you because you are underage. I will be there for you once you're, let's say, 25 and up and so forth. By that time, your child is 6, 7 years old. So hopefully by me helping you and trying to take care of you until a certain age, you can see what I'm trying to do for you, as far as teaching you the good, teaching you the bad, teaching you morals, teaching you respect. Now that by me teaching you that, hopefully that can transform or push into your child, because I can't control your child. I only can control you to a certain extent, of course. But my grandkids, I can talk to them, sometimes discipline them to a certain extent, but after that, that's on you. Okay, you laid up. It was you. You laid up with that person to have that child at 15 or 16. I can only be a parent and still help you out because I still love you. You're my child. I still love you. I want the best for you. So by having a child, at 15, number one, it would not hinder your life. You still can make it. I know a lot of people that had kids at 15, 16, and still are the best CEOs or business owners and so forth. There's still people out there, but you have to basically sit down and know exactly what you want at 17, 18 years old.
But no one knows that at 17 or 18.
Why not?
So we
No.
can't say, at 14, 15, because our great grandmothers was having kids at 14, 15. They did an awesome job. You know what I'm saying? I think
But things were different back then. You actually had, the old saying that what's that old saying? It takes a village. You actually had people that helped you out. People don't have that anymore.
We don't. We sure don't. Everybody's too busy working.
Everybody's too busy working. So that back then, I guess, and back then they wasn't really working. So all they did was have kids.
Man, that's true.
Okay, so back to the topic. We done squared up the topic, having kids early, being sexual active.
I know, right? All right, got a next one for you here. This is a tough one here. This is a touchy one.
I bet Joe got all the answers too.
This is a touchy.
I got them all.
All right, now, do women have daddy or father issues? Because
what about men? Have mommy issues?
Okay.
Let's just say people.
Okay. Do people have parent issue because of one parent not being in the household? Is there a factor? Go ahead, Joe.
I wanna touch on it first before Joe gets started, because he got a lot for us tonight.
Go ahead, Natalie.
I know you ain't talking. You got it every night.
You got 50 words. Let's go.
So the lack of a parent. I didn't mean shut up. That's
go ahead.
Please be quiet.
Okay. That's 25 already.
So my dad raised me and my sister by himself, okay? And just because he was in the home doesn't mean that we got what we needed. He was so busy providing and doing all that other stuff. He never told us he loved us. He had multiple women around us. So we developed like certain type of, guards that we put up, right? The lack of a mother being in the house, I think for two young girls growing up, that's very, very detrimental. Very. I don't know if I have mommy issues, but I do know that I have daddy issues. And Joe is stupid, I swear. And he was there though. You know what I mean? It wasn't like he was absent. He was physically there, but absent in things that we needed. Emotionally. Gotcha. Emotionally unavailable.
Okay. Joe.
This can be really deep.
How many words he get, Michelle?
50. So he did 10 already.
I believe, yes, as a society, as a child, you want your mother there or your father there, and it builds a resentment as well. You know what I'm saying? As well as having both parents, but neither one of them are there. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? They're there physically, but to be real parents to you, it can cause issues as well. I think if my daddy was there when my mama was raising us, I think I would have took another path because I probably would have got chastised a little more. So me being older, having daddy issues, no, I have what's the word I'm looking? Maybe abandonment issues, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So I think anything comes from, even love languages. It comes from, the way you grew up. If your mama wasn't there as you are a boy, then you always want a woman to be around. You got that, dad or a woman saying, "Hey, I got daddy issues." Whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But I think, um, yeah, I think all of us got some sort of issues when it comes to our parents.
Yep. Tina.
Um, oh, I have both. Um, where do I start? A lot of people, well, as far as the women are concerned that have daddy issues, a lot of us who the father has been absent in the home, and you're not experiencing the love of a father. You don't know how you're supposed to be loved. You not feeling protected. You not feeling how can I say it? Loved, just not feeling a whole lot of things. Because, for example, with me, with my situation, my dad was not in the household. My mom, I can basically say, was a single parent. My dad was around sometimes, but most of the time he was too busy helping other women raise their children. And he did way more for those other women and their children versus his own. Um, I don't know what it feels like for a father to tell me that I love you, except for the other day. I don't know what it feels like for my father to protect me, because so much has happened to me. I don't know what it feels like to be shielded. I don't know what it is to be with a man that's going to love you, protect you, provide for you, because I've never seen it exemplified in my life. Never, not with any man in my family. I don't know what it feels like to 100% be a happy woman out here and love on a man like I'm supposed to, because sometimes when it comes to my mom, she is mean. Maybe she's bitter because of what has happened to her. I love my parents, and this is not me down talking them, but I'm being honest. I grew up with issues because I never felt a part of, I never felt needed, wanted, and loved. I always was treated differently. So I grew up gravitating towards every man or every guy that came my way. Even if he was the damn devil himself in disguise, I gravitated towards them all because I just wanted somebody to love me. I wanted somebody to protect me. I wanted somebody to just shield me from the world. And I didn't have that growing up. I didn't. So am I kind of messed up a little? Yeah, because it's going to take counseling and the right person to come into my life to show me, because I really don't know.
Mm. Woo. Okay, we got it. Now, now as far as for me, it is a daddy issue because yes, he wasn't there. He did some things that is unforgivable. Well, actually, you know what? No, let me stop. I did forgive him after a certain period of time, but my mother was my father and my mother, of course. The only thing that I regret is for him not to show me or to lead me the way of being a man. I had to do that myself. I had to basically learn from trial and error. Okay, having two kids, three months apart at the age of 18 and stuff like that, and he wasn't there to do that. To help me. It's like, hey, this is the wrong road that you're taking right now. You see what I mean, and so forth. And just that father son talk I never had. Yes, he used to send for me every summer because he still lives here in Florida. So when I was in New York, he would definitely, send money every summer for me to come down there to be with him every summer. But then when I was here, we still didn't really talk, or didn't even talk about the issues that happened to where my mother picked me up and left. Over, it was. I remember clearly it was a night where she woke me up, and the next thing you knew, I was on a plane to New York. And I never understood why until I actually, when I was older enough to understand what's going on, I had to ask her, "Hey, Ma, what happened that day?" And she said, "Hey, I'm not the person to actually. Your father ruined ruined the family, so he would have to tell you." And we never. I'm 47 years old. We never talked about it until this day. I see him and so forth. I respect him because he is my dad. I love him, but we never, until this day, 47 years, we never had that talk ever. But he loved the shit out of my son though. He's doing everything for my son now.
Winchell, I have a question for you. So, being that you went through that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't it that men do, and Joe too? Why isn't it that we know that this is an issue? We know that there's a lot of single mothers that have young men. Why isn't it that somebody who has experienced that same situation starts something to mentor these boys? Like we see a lot of women that have women empowerment groups and this and that. We see that. We see the women trying to uplift other women. But what I don't see, right, is men taking up the baton. And I feel like that's what we dropped when I was talking about earlier in the topic. This is where the ball has been dropped. So why?
I'll go first and you go first.
Go ahead, Joe.
Okay. I think there's a lot of great men that do mentorship. I know a few. Me myself, it's hard enough to mentor my own kids. You know what I'm saying? You're shaking your head, but I'm telling you from my point of view. Um, I would love to have the most courage words, mentor them to do right, this and this. I just don't think I'm a great mentor. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm shaking my head, Joe, is because I've heard that same. Because you got to understand, I have a son,
mm-hmm.
and my thing was his father wasn't in his life, and when I asked that question, it's the same. Your response is the same response that I've gotten over and over again.
It's
like, what happens to the village? Like, here's me asking the village to help, and it's now like, not saying that you're responsible for my son or responsible for my situation, but here's me asking the village, and so many people have dropped the ball.
I think it's so many of us men that's damaged, that don't seek help, that has a lot of issues within. So we can't, you know what I'm saying? It's not saying that we don't want to. We have to learn how to fix ourselves before we can try to fix somebody else.
That's a great
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we don't even know how to fix ourselves, but let alone to tell someone not, oh, you got to do this, got to do that. This ain't the right way to go. But we're sitting there, they're looking up to us, and they see us around the corner doing the same shit because we're broke. So a lot of men are more broke than women. You know what I'm saying? That's why women can communicate better with each other. Men really can't. We really, our communication skills is like at a 3. Y'all's like at a 15. Not every woman now. Some of y'all kind of slow, but but a lot of us is still broken, and we trying to figure out how to fix ourselves. You know what I'm saying? It took me. I had my first child at 17, my second child 18. I raised them as a hurt individual. You have to be this, you have to be this. Don't cry. You know what I'm saying? But years and years and years of me parenting. Now my youngest son, I teach him to love, respect. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. So slowly I'm growing into a person that is more healed, more fixed. So now, you know what I'm saying? If my son brings a child around and I see him doing something, then I can speak, hey, listen, you know what I'm saying? I can mentor him there with me, but I think just going out, speaking, you know what I'm saying, trying to guide somebody, I don't think, that's right for me. You know what I'm saying? I think another too. I know a lot of fantastic men that do it, that can speak to them. They have a group that does it. If I donate to them. Everybody has their own gift, and that's not mine.
That's true. That's true. And for me, I'm not a public speaker. I can't. Well, I wouldn't say I can't, but it's just that I don't know. I'm just really not comfortable speaking to a vast majority of people. Now, if it was a group of 5 or 6, by all means, I can definitely do that. But the opportunity, number one, has to arise where, hey, these parents have to bring the kids to my location to get it done. I can probably do it. I can honestly say I can probably do it because I do have, and I am healed from the situation with my father, which I can basically talk about now freely. Before, I listen. You ask, hey, who's your dad or how's your dad? I wouldn't say shit. I would just walk away. But now I can definitely freely talk about the situation, and hopefully by me talking about the situation, hopefully can help someone. So who knows? I may be able to do it. If you got some kids for me, Natalie, let's see.
I'm sure it's a lot of young men that can benefit from,
There is.
You and Joe's story. So
I think Joe can make them laugh, so they can just basically just you know what I'm saying. If Joe could come in and make him laugh and so forth, and then I come in and talk about the serious stuff, I think it could work.
Yeah.
But see, Joe's too far away right now.
But it is important though. It is important because my son, even though I told him, that his father loved him, the absence of him being there in his mind showed him something different,
Yeah.
And then even though he didn't communicate with me, he walked around with his fist balled up all the time. And if you know anything about that, that means that he's angry on like 10 all the time. And so it just progressed as he got older. He just got angrier and angrier. And then he when he got 16, he started making some bad choices. And then he had to actually, I would say, meet with the devil, per se, his father. I'm not calling him a devil, but he had to face his demons, right? And it wasn't good. It wasn't good. So as a parent, because I love my son and I didn't want him to go down the same path as his father, and because I know that he was angry all the time, and you guys know the destruction of anger, I got him some counseling. And the counselor my son wasn't getting better. And the counselor was saying that it gets worse before it gets better. I definitely didn't understand that, but because he received his counseling, my son is a totally different person. You hear me? He made peace with the situation. He tells me that we had to come back to Florida so he can heal and he can face his demon or whatever.
How old is he now?
He's 22. Yeah, and he's doing so good. He's a assistant manager. He's working on his credit, and he's just really, just and he always be like, "Oh, you can't teach me how to be a man," and I respect him for that because he's trying to figure it out on his own. But like windshield, how that goes when you're trying to figure stuff out on your own. It's only so much as a woman that I can show my son.
Yeah. Yes,
So
I agree. I
That's
agree.
true.
And you know, what? How can I say this? As a mother, you can't play father and mother role. You know what I'm saying? You have to
it's
play.
no such thing.
Yes,
It
sir.
doesn't even exist.
Yeah. There's no such thing. Um, so I salute you for just being a single mother and getting the help that he needs or the help that you thought that he needs because some mothers just like what he just bad this. So, but yeah, it's kind of hard for men to just be that, person from all the hurt that we had as well, that we had built in us, that we don't seek help for. But I'm gonna go ahead and let Tina talk because she had something to say earlier, and I think my 50 words are up.
No, y'all be going.
You
to
did
different
have something to
topics.
say, Tina. You had
did.
something.
No,
to say.
y'all be going to different topics versus staying on one topic, which is fine. Because we was talking about daddy and mama issues. Because honestly, me talking about it actually almost made me have a breakthrough. But when y'all went left, my mind went right.
No. Let's go back now. We got some time now.
But it's still the same
issue.
subject, though.
It's not.
Okay, let's go back to yours.
All I'm saying is I kind of forgot, like, because y'all started talking about kids. I can't relate because I don't have no kids. So all I can say is for the little girls out there, because I mean the boys, y'all need counseling, y'all need help, whatever. For the women out there who, even the little girls who went through the same thing like I did, you'll get through it. You just have to get help. You have to acknowledge that you've been through some shit. You just have to acknowledge everything. Because like with me, I was raped. I was molested. My dad, when it happened to me, he said, and I quote, she just like her mom. So that's why that happened to her. I don't know what that comment meant. Don't know why he said it, but he had to eat his words. Like he really did. And I don't know, because like I said, I've never seen my dad love a woman. So I don't know what a man loving me looks like or even feels like. I don't know. I really don't know. I've never seen my mom. I hope they don't see this and think I'm bashing them, because I'm not. My mom is not in a relationship at all. And her thing is why do I need a man and this, that, and the third? It's like that bitter shit, that bitter black woman stuff. So I'm confused. I can admit that sometimes when I did meet guys, did I wish that they came into my life and rescued this damsel in distress? Yeah. Did I want them to figure out life for me? Yeah, I did. Because I think I sent it to you, Joe. I'm not sure that I sent a text message to the guy that raped me. It took years for me to get to that point. When I found out the guy address, because he's a family friend, I haven't told my mom, but if she's watching this, she's gonna now know. It took me years, and when I finally found out his address and everything, I rode by his house for a period of 30 days because I wanted to kill him.
Take your time, girl.
Yeah, it's a lot that that happened to me as a young girl, that I just wish my dad would have been there to protect us. When my mom's husband used to be her, who was a well-known pastor, he said, and I quote, "I'm not getting in the middle of that. As long as he don't hit y'all, I'm good. Why you didn't rescue us from that? Like, why?" And because I'm the light-skinned child and I barely look like them, I was told that I was found in a dumpster. When he was mad for whatever reason, he told me I wasn't his child.
No way.
Literally. So I've been through a lot, and I'm not trying to make everybody sad with my story or whatever, but a lot of people do have mom and father issues. And even with counseling alone, it really didn't help me, because a lot of these counselors out here honestly haven't been through shit. They only can tell you what the textbooks tell you. I haven't met not one counselor yet that has literally gotten me to where I need to be. I want help from it. I want to heal from it. I love my parents, but I have some type of resentment towards them. They don't know. Well, when they watch this, they're going to know now. And I actually hated my siblings because they got treated better than I did. So I don't know what to do. I'm open for suggestions because I don't look like this anymore.
Are you healing? Close to healing, or
no?
Feel like you're healing? No.
Tina, are you still doing counseling?
No.
If you don't mind me asking, how long did you do your counseling for?
A year.
A year. And when you did your counseling, did your counselor recommend your mom or your any other siblings sit in on your counseling sessions?
No.
Well, that's not a good counselor.
That's not a good counselor. It should have been an
That
intervention
should have been it
right
there.
then and there for everyone just to be there, just to hear everything, what's going on and how to fix it. I don't care if it doesn't get fixed, but at least they know. They should know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you can just go ahead and leave that office like, okay, I'm good now.
Yeah.
Everybody know, everybody, fuck this shit. Everybody know I'm good now. I'm good, better with myself now. Cause that's the only thing that you want. You want that relief. You want that relief, that sigh of relief. Like, okay, everybody know. I wanted to kill this motherfucker. I got this off my back. Life is because you're over 40 right now. And I don't think this should be, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's what you told me. I don't know if you told me if you're over. But anyway, excuse me. All right, I'll delete that. I'll try to delete that. Oh wait, it's live. Sorry. But anyway, I'm sorry, Tina. But you're of age where your life right now should be about, okay, I want to retire happy. I want to travel with no particular animosity in my heart towards no one. And that right there, that's what you need to set. I don't care if you need to write every last relative about the situation that you're going on. Text. No, matter of fact, don't text. Write the hell out of them. Write to them.
You need to be in their face.
If you can.
Start with your cousin. Start with your cousin.
No, I would start with the mother and father first.
I would start with the mother and the father because that's.
She never want to talk about her cousin.
Oh, that dumbass girl.
No, but Winchell is right, Tina. You should be. I'm sorry that all of that happened to you, but you should be at peace and you should be living your best life right now. And honestly, how could you with all of that you're dealing with? So you gotta find the right counselor, and you gotta tell everybody what happened, and so you can be free from that.
Absolutely.
You remember when I went to Miami for Christmas? You know when I took Ty down there? What was it like? Was it 2 years ago or something?
Huh?
Yeah, when I went to Miami for Christmas. You remember when I came down there with Kai? And I said, these motherfuckers get on my nerves. I snapped on everybody and left Christmas Day.
Sometimes you gotta do it like that. Sometimes it gotta happen like that.
Right? So the more what I was saying was that, like, I never told them what was wrong with me. I just snapped. I mean, when I snapped, sister, mama, brothers, in-laws, everybody, right? This was Christmas Day. So I ended up coming back to Georgia with my youngest son. And I never told them, what was the problem. Why is that? But it hurt me. I didn't talk to nobody for a year. I didn't talk to none of them for a year, right? And it used to hurt me. And I used to sit there, and sometimes I used to tell Tina, like, oh, why they act like this? Why they, you know what I mean? Like, I'm such a family dude. No fault. So one day I wrote a 10-page letter, I guess you want to say, to a text message. Like, hey, and this was like 3:00 in the morning. So just imagine getting a text from your sibling, your son, your cousin, everybody, right? I think it was like 15 people I had to the text message. So I would let them know, hey, shit been on my mind. It's been on my mind for a little minute. I got some shit to tell y'all. It's very important. You know what I'm saying? So they texting one by one on private text. What's wrong? No, I'm not going to tell everybody. One time explain the shit to everybody here. You text, I spent no. I said tomorrow, when everybody wakes up, we'll do a Zoom call. All right, everybody got Zoom. Okay. So I finally it took me a year to explain to them why I was so mad. You know what I'm saying? Why I fell from y'all. Why when I was going to Miami, I wasn't coming to see none of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And it made me feel a sign of relief. It wasn't as bad as what you went through, Tina, but sometimes, confronting them or not even really confronting them, let them know how you feel, what's going on. Sometimes that can help.
Yeah, it really can. I left Florida when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, And to me, I was just leaving just to, just to find something new. And I didn't really realize that I was leaving because of I was so hurt. When I came back, on a drive back to Florida, I was crying and I asked God, why are you bringing me back here? Because this is, for me, this was the where I got hurt at. And God said, clear as day, he said that I wanted to heal your land, which is my heart, right? So when I got back here, I was presented with a situation that I thought in my mind, in my heart, that I was over with. And when I was presented with the situation, all I did was started crying. Now, when you start crying, that lets you know that you're not over anything, because if you can't talk about it, like Windshield was saying, if you can't talk about it with having emotions of anger or sadness or whatever, you're not healed from that. So it was just like situation after situation that kept coming around that presented itself to me, that I like Joe said, I got to say what I needed to say, and that was done with it. I felt relieved, I felt liberated, and honestly, I did feel like a weight had dropped off of me. But we bury so much stuff, we won't even realize it until we're confronted with it. So I wish that you have that same liberation, and you got to talk it through or write letters. But
Yeah.
you should be living your best life right now. Like,
And that's the thing, because I just realized, like, when I sent that text message to the guy that did that, I cried. I was still angry. I thought I was free from it. But then when I watched the Tyler Perry thingy on Netflix, and the girl got raped in it, it just brought all these emotions up all over again. And I'm like, okay, so am I over it? Do I go kill the guy? What is it that I do? And probably taking him out isn't going to make me feel any better, because I'm not that type of person. And my life, honestly, I've held back. Well, I can't say held back my life. My life has been just on pause because of everything that has happened. And you're right, I've suppressed a lot of stuff. I haven't talked about much. I honestly, to be honest, because my counselor noticed that as well, walking out my front door scares the hell out of me. Honestly, I feel so much safer in the house, because I feel like walking out that door, I'm not protected by mom, dad, nobody. I had to fend and fight for myself my entire life. That's why when it comes to meeting people, not one person on Facebook can tell you they met me in person. Not really, except for Joe, because I'm afraid of meeting people. Not that I'm not afraid to kill you if I feel like my life is in danger. And I shouldn't think like that, because being around people, sometimes I'm looking like, okay, where's the exit door? Because if something is about to happen, I gotta go. And I get, labeled, oh, she weird or she quiet or whatever. And it's like, I'm not weird. It's just I've been through so much to the point where I really don't trust people. I don't want to be hurt again. I don't want to go through nothing again. And that's why when it comes to kids, I'm so overprotective, very overprotective of children. People don't understand why, but it's because I've been through some stuff. And I want to be free from this. I want to be whole. I want to be able to talk about this stuff like y'all talking about it, and not cry, not get upset, just nothing. When it comes to my family, what I can say is, with them, nobody wants to be held accountable for their shit. You could tell them all day till they blue in the face, look, you did X, Y, and Z, let's fix this. That's not gonna happen. It's just not.
And it's probably not going to, but you gotta be okay with that.
And that's why I left too. I moved to Georgia. I done moved to a whole bunch of different places, running from stuff. But I had to learn running. That's not going to do anything, because mentally it's still going to bother you. So that's why I'm back here. But I want to be whole. I want to be healthy. I don't want to walk around saying, okay, I got father issues. I got mother issues. I'm damaged. I don't want to do that. Like, I want to be just as happy and healthy as y'all. I'm gonna be honest. I smile a lot on social media and joke around, and I'm always the strong one, but really, am I really that strong? So yeah.
Listen,
You're
Tina.
very strong. You're very strong.
Right? You are. Just by being on the show and expressing your ordeal, that right there constitute as a strong woman. Number one. Okay. Number two, fuck them. Fuck them all. I'm serious. All right. Listen. Fuck them all. Only thing you have to do, like I said previously, go ahead and write that letter. No phone calls, because right now, the animosity that you have right now, if you're in front of them right now, and if they back talk or backlash or say something wrong, I know you're going to attack them because of all that built up anger. I can see it right now. So first thing, do not confront. Only person I say you should confront is your mom and your dad. Everybody else, fuck them.
My dad.
Okay, write that letter. Write that letter. Seriously, Tina, write that letter. Send it off to whoever needs to read it. Okay. I guarantee you'll have at least half of that weight being lifted off of you. Because they're going to respond. Trust me, you're going to be the talk of the freaking town once you write that letter. You're going to be the talk, but fuck them. You have something to say because you lived it. You endured it. You see what I mean? So, hey, tell your story. I don't give a fuck if you got to write a goddamn book. Tell your story and be done with it so you can live your life to the fullest. Honestly, because right now you're not happy. And you have to wake up. Go ahead, Joe.
Get you a book that you can write everything that you actually want to say. Because, sometimes when we confront people, we forget things that we actually want to say. Mm-hmm. Get a book, write down everything you want to say. You want to say, don't send it to them. Go to therapy with them and express it through that book so you don't forget nothing. And then, it's just not, okay, I'm being open and transparent with them and telling them how I feel. Y'all might can fix something to that. Might. Yeah.
I agree with y'all.
Write it down. Write
everything down and definitely get a better counselor. And when you do seek a counselor, because I just got a counselor for my daughter, I actually did research on the counselor. So you can see their picture, you can see their bio, you can see what they specialize in, because you have counselors that specialize in trauma. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need no person that just got out of school, because that's
somebody for a quick dollar. Yeah.
For a quick dollar. You need to specialize. You need to get somebody that specializes in trauma, because they will know how to handle your situation.
Okay, hold on, y'all. This girl there said she agreed with me about 30 times on here, boy. Boy, what's going on tonight?
You doing something good, Joe.
I'm saying, because usually we be debating on here, boy. She could agree with me multiple times.
Boy. I mean, you owe her lunch.
She'll cut you off 10 times. Right?
I didn't say all that now.
Whatever. I don't want no salad anyways.
Shit, hey, you trying to get that summer body back? Shit, I'm trying to help you.
Thank y'all for allowing me to open up when it comes to it, because I didn't know that daddy issue thing was gonna hit me like that. Because when you try to talk about this stuff with like regular people, your friends or whatever, especially the super religious people, you get hit with prayer about it. Okay, I done prayed about it. I'm still the same. What the fuck you want me to do? Or then you have some people where they're quiet about it, or how can I say the response will be, well, I think you should just let it go and forgive. Forgiving isn't that easy when it comes from somebody who you're broken, you feel damaged, and you're angry as hell. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to. It took me a long time to get to the point where I stopped hating my parents and my siblings. It took me a long time. Do I hate my family? Sometimes. And I don't want to hate them. I don't want to hate me. I don't want to dislike me. You know, people are probably telling me all day, you're pretty, you're this, you're that. I don't believe that because I was never told that I was. I was told that I was ugly as a child. So you're right. Now I'm gonna have to find somebody that specializes in trauma and somebody that can get me to where I need to be because I am not where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
Mentally, emotionally.
You too cute for that, girl.
Spiritually.
Listen, Tina. We're going to help you. No, we're going to help you. We're going to help you. Trust me. You have a village now.
Yeah.
Okay. You have a village. Trust me. We got
Including
Joe. Yeah. You know, you are strong. You are strong, and we're going to help you remain that way. Okay. So at least by next week, we're going to have someone for you.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. And this, you know, I know she's going through a lot right now, and we're going to conclude this show right now. Mm-hmm. Take your time. Take your time, Tina. We're here for you.
Yeah.
Take your time, girl. Because this ain't over. This ain't over. We want you to be the best Tina that you can be. We want you to travel the fucking world. I mean, Jesus, Lord, Jesus.
Go tell on the smile. Your smile again. Go tell on the smile.
Yeah, y'all might not know what he's talking about when he say go tell to smile. I take care of my uncle, right? I don't even know how I was the point person to even do that. I can't even really live my life because I'm always the one responsible for everybody. And even when I said I need to just send him back to wherever he want to be, I always get hit with no, he need to stay with you. You ain't got no kids and this, that, and the third.
What?
I've been made responsible for people my entire life, whether it's family, friends, just people. And like I said, because I haven't had the people around me to protect me and tell me, look, you're not responsible for this shit. It's not your responsibility. So I have a hard time with letting go. I have a hard time with saying no. I have a hard time with letting people go because I mentally program myself that even if you're not good for me, family, friends, whatever, I have to hold on to you because I don't want to be by myself. So most people are not going to be as transparent and honest, but that's what I'm dealing with. I can't even have my place to myself because taking care of people.
We gonna get you right. Yeah. 2023 will be your year and beyond.
Listen, is we gonna go watch them smile or what, man? That's what I'm saying. Go watch them smile.
There's only 2 months from now. We gonna get this right every week. Matter of fact, we're going to make it our business as far as the Daily Outburst talk show, as far as everyone that's involved right now. We're going to make it our business, okay? To let your soul set free, because that's what you need right now. That soul needs to be free, and it's not right now. So we're going to do everything in our power to do so. If I have to call some people, post some shit to get the right people, to get the right connections, that's what I'm going to have to do. Natalie, same thing. I'm sure there's some people that coming into your salon that can direct you to the right person, the right people. Joe, same thing. Let's get this going right now for Tina and anybody else that's listening right now. Okay, this is not any type of monetary help. No, we need spiritual help right now with this particular lady, and we're going to make sure that she's a-okay. Okay, I know everyone has their troubles. Everyone have their situation that's going on at home. Okay, but just by giving 5 or 10 minutes just to help someone, okay, that's all she needs right now. So we're going to do that. Okay, so we're going to conclude right now because I know it's a little tough to talk, but we're going to do it. But starting off, Tina, get that letter. I need you to go to the dollar store, to Walmart. Okay, get what are those back in the day? 180-page notebook or something like that with sections. I want every section to be about someone in your family. that you need to talk to, that you need to open up to. Okay? Get that together by this weekend. Monday, we'll talk some more about it.
And then when you're done, you can stand up and say, fuck you, you
Exactly.
cool.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, let's go to the next topic.
Yeah, don't
Okay,
end the
then.
show because of me. I'm okay. I needed that. Y'all don't
Yeah, we
understand.
good.
I love talking to y'all. Monday is like the highlight of my life because when I tell y'all in the group, I love y'all so much. I really, really do. Because literally, it's like y'all are all that I have, and I'm being honest.
Wait.
Aw.
So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, when you talk to me, that ain't the highlight.
No.
No, it ain't. No.
No, but seriously, no, because we're gonna conclude. It's over an hour and a half right now. We've been on, so we're definitely going to conclude tonight. I hope that this show, number one, I'm glad that we have this show now. Okay, I'm so happy that I have the team that I have right now. I hope LaShayna was here, but she's having some internet issues, but she will be back, and I hope she is listening still, so she can help us with this situation. But I'm so glad that I have this group of talented people on the team. Tina, Natalie, Joe. I got Vaughn, but he's having some situations right now too. Vaughn and Mike. We have a team right now that can definitely help. And our listeners, I love our listeners. Danny, oh my gosh, she's been listening for quite some time now. So we're here. We're going to help you, Tina. We're going to help you. I'm sure about it. Listen, someone knows someone that can get to you. And we're going to make sure someone gets to you. Okay? So you can be in a better place. That's all you need right now. You can be in a better place. Hell, we all need someone to be for us to help us to be in a better place. But Tina, our focus right now is on you to get things straight, at least halfway. You know, I can't promise you we can do it all, but hey, if we can at least start the process, let's do it. All right, so this is conclude tonight. I want to thank everyone that's listening tonight. Hey, it's been a great show like always, guys. I love it. I love you guys. Let's keep on rocking. All right, so we're going to see you Monday. Everyone, Monday at 9 p.m. sharp. Let's get it.
All right.
You guys have a great night. Have a great evening, everyone.
You too.
Good
Love
night,
you
everyone.
all.
Love y'all.
All
Bye.
right, love you all. Bye-bye.